From the Frölunda Swedish League, Ivar Stenberg.
What is up, boys? Welcome back to the channel. We got another one today with some somewhat breaking news, somewhat non-shocking news, but news nonetheless here in the San Jose Sharks world. Yes, the big news of the day. Stenbergini, Ivar Stenberg signs his ELC. He's going to be with the club this year, making what? I forget what his ELC is. With the standard ELC is like 859,000 or something like that. Doesn't matter, under $1 million. We got him for 3 years. At that rate right now, he'll be with the club. He'll be with Macklin. He'll be with Will. He'll be with Misa, Dickinson, Graf. Well, we don't know if Graf. We don't know yet about Graf. He hasn't signed, or a new deal has not been presented to him yet. That will be another video when that comes out. But yes, the main news of the day, Ivar Stenbergini will be with the club. He'll be a San Jose Shark. Now, where he'll play in the lineup, that remains to be seen. Mike Grier just did a video. He did his press availability not too long ago. He might have said something in it. I haven't watched it yet. I haven't watched the whole thing yet. I got like 5 minutes into it and I decided, you know what, let's pause watching that because there's some news and maybe some hints about the plans for Keaton Verhoeff in that video, and I paused it right there. So we're going to talk about that in a second. But like I said, the big news why we're here right now is Ivar Stenberg signs his ELC. Official. There it is. It's on the Sharks website. If you're like me, you probably have the Sharks app on your phone and you probably got a notification that it happened. I was actually in the middle of my walk, my 15,000 steps I get a day. I was in the middle of that and was like, you know what? Today's a good day, because not only did Ivar, I got remember how to say his name. Ivar. I don't know. I'll figure it out. I think it's Ivar Stenberg. Not only did he get his ELC done today, but he also scored a goal in the prospect scrimmage today, which was today. I streamed it today. If you didn't watch the game or want to watch the game and follow along with that, you can watch that up here somewhere up here. I streamed it. Go watch it if you haven't seen it. You didn't miss much. I will say Stenberg on the ice looked ready. He looked NHL ready. That should be no surprise to anyone. He was the most NHL ready forward of the group coming into the draft. So no surprise there. If you're surprised by that, go watch. It proves it. Again, nothing crazy. He did score in the prospect scrimmage. Just patience all around in his skating. He looked like a man amongst boys, if that makes any sense, because he is technically still a teenager. He's ready. The contract was signed damn near right after the game. It was signed. And we have a new player with the main team. Keaton Verhoeff, though, and Ryan Lin were noticeable in the prospect scrimmage. I know we're not here to talk about the prospect scrimmage. They were noticeable. I would say, if I'm going to be 100% honest with you, Ryan Lin was a little bit more noticeable to me than Keaton Verhoeff. And I'm going to give you a quick analysis of that. I'll let you go watch the stream, my stream or the Shark stream, whatever one you want to do. Go watch mine though. It helped me out. Keaton Verhoeff did not look, I don't want to say he did look bad, but he didn't look like he was in any kind of hurry. He approached it. It felt like he approached it like it was a scrimmage. I would think, given that this is your first outing in front of the San Jose Sharks crowd, you would probably be a little more amped up. I don't know if he was or wasn't. He kind of looked a little tired on the ice. I know everyone likes to talk about his skating. He's not ready in that element of his game, which it could be true. It could be possibly true. You know, I wasn't there in person. I don't know what the situation was, why he looked like the way he did. I'm going to leave it at that. But if that is the case, I think we get an answer from Mike Grier on that. Now we know Ryan Lin's going to go play for Michigan State or Michigan. I can't remember which one it is. but he's going to college. We know that. So yeah, but in answering this question that Mike Grier, that I'm going to show you, he's asked about yesterday's free agency signings and the defensive signings that we got, or we took, traded for, however you want to approach that. Yesterday's free agency started off good, went down pretty quick. Yeah, taking that contract from Edmonton in full. You know how I feel about it. I think I know how you feel about it. But if in case you haven't expressed it yet and how angry you are, let me know down in the comments. If you agree with the signings or not, let me know down in the comments. You can be angry. We can be angry together. But also go watch my recap video on yesterday's free agency. It might calm you down a little bit. Might help you see the bigger picture. But again, I'm still kind of angry about it. Regardless, let's go look at what Mike Grier had to say about the potential answer. Well, probably the answer we're looking for when it comes to Keaton Verhoeff and the defensive signings yesterday. All right, Mike, let us know.
Shaping the blue line, bringing in Nurse, Kesselring, and Trouba. What makes those three players? What about each player did you want to see add to this group to help you reshape the blue line into what you wanted?
Yeah, I think part of it, I think we'll be able to have a little bit of continuity back there now with, Troubs and Darnell to add to our group, and Kesselring and Dickey. So to be able to have some guys, hopefully, that can grow together a little bit. I think, with Troubs, I was with him in New York.
I did forget about that.
Animal. There's not many people like him in the league. He's someone, when you're out there, you got to know when he's on the ice. You got to have your head up. Strong character, leadership. So I think it would be really good to help mentor our young D. So very fortunate to have him. He can play heavy minutes. He can give you some PK time. He can even fill in on the PP if need be, but play against other teams' top lines. So I think he's, he'll definitely make us harder to play against, and he'll help us out in the room. And Darnell's,
Now, I will agree with that. Okay, we as Sharks fans, we know about our defensive struggles. Everything that Jacob Trouba brings to the table with his game is what we want, is what we need. It's just we don't need that. We don't need that contract, not that price, not for that long. I would say, comparing his contract to John Carlson's contract that was awarded last night to Tampa, or to him from Tampa, I would have liked to have seen that. But we now know that Jacob Trouba was looking for term and how important that was to him. So we'll carry on.
Similar, really athletic, great skater, length, can defend, but he also jumps up in the play and can add a little bit of offense.
This is Darnell Nurse, by the way.
Another guy who's a high character kid. So I think they'll both be great additions to our room. And you add that with Mason. These are three guys who've been through the wars. In the playoff series, tough playoff series, into the finals and conference finals, and that's important for our group to have some veteran guys around who've been through it, to help us kind of grow and insulate our young players. With having these two guys in the back end will allow us to not have to rush any of our young D prospects, and also not force them into roles maybe they're not ready for. So it gives them some time, and it gives the Verhoeffs and Lins and Pohlkamps of the world some time underneath too, to not rush them up here. So for us it was a pretty good situation to be able to add these types of people and character to the organization. And the leadership, you can't speak enough about it. I think Troubs won.
All right, there we go. That's pretty much the gist of what I wanted to show you guys, and discuss a little bit why we added those players yesterday. He just gave the perfect reason why, and I spoke about that to some degree yesterday. But that also makes me wonder what what young prospects are going to be up next year, if any. We know Ryan Lin. I'm pulling up Puckpedia on my other side here. We know Ryan Lin is going to be at Michigan State, I think, or Michigan. I can't remember which college. Doesn't matter. He's not going to be anywhere near the Sharks next year. And Eric Pohlkamp, we know, signed his ELC. He'll be one with the Barracuda, maybe with the club. I think the consensus from a lot of Sharks fans over the last couple years during dev camp and training camp is that Pohlkamp looked ready last year. And, you know, he wanted a chance to win a championship, so he went back to Denver and got his championship. And now he's with the club. Now, where Keaton Verhoeff fits into this, I don't know, because again, talking about the prospect scrimmage, could he maybe fit in the lineup? Maybe. I would say like close. I kind of compare him, if you remember how Dickinson came into the league. He obviously wasn't like 100% ready, but he was playing well enough that they offered him a chance to stay with the club. I forget what it is, a letter of intent, or I can't remember what the letter is called, but he got his letter and he stayed with the club. Do we want to go through that again, or do we want to let Verhoeff go back to college, or even send him to the Barracuda? You know, that's also an option. So that's kind of telling what Mike Grier just said. Those guys are with us now, so we don't have to rush our prospects. I don't think, if I'm being honest, I don't think he's talking about Verhoeff. He could be. I think Verhoeff might be a battle between Verhoeff and Pohlkamp in training camp. And whoever wins that one will probably be with the club. And they'll probably bounce between the Barracuda and the Sharks. That's just my guess. But again, I didn't watch this whole video. Mike Grier, he might have said something about Verhoeff. Again, I just stopped it right where you saw it. Is where I stopped it. So, I don't know. If you watched the prospect scrimmage today, let me know down in the comments how you thought Verhoeff performed. I personally, I wouldn't mind seeing him with the club. I know his skating wasn't all that great. But again, we went through this with Dickinson last year. I think it worked out okay for the most part. You know, he played with Desharnais for a little bit. And a Verhoeff, again, I don't know the D pairings. We don't know the D pairings yet. I mean, I could pull up the depth chart, but you know, these things aren't really set yet. But let's just pull it up for shits and giggles here. Let's see. They got Trouba with Nurse. I doubt that's going to happen. You can't see Nurse. Let's see, he's right above it. I'll pull it up a little bit. There we go. Caglione with Orlov, Dickinson, and Kesselring. I don't know, man. I could see Verhoeff third pairing, possibly. I don't know, man. I don't know. This is, it's going to be interesting. Me personally, I was more excited about Pohlkamp before we even drafted Verhoeff. So if that's going to be the case and he earns a chance to be with the club, I'm excited about that one. But let me know your thoughts down in the comments. Like I said, the big news of the day was Ivar Stenberg. How do you pronounce it? I know how he pronounced it. I'm still trying to remember all the pronunciations of some of the players. Let me know down in the comments if you're excited, how excited you are. And if you watched the prospect scrimmage today, let me know how it went. Again, opportunity if you want to watch it, it's up there. You see Stenberg right down there. There it is. He signed it. It's going. It's official, baby. That's it for me. We'll be back with another one as more news comes about with these San Jose Sharks. I hope you guys have a good one. And like always, go Sharks, baby. Peace out, boys.